As the years weave their stories into our lives, our homes become more than just spaces. They become repositories of memories, dreams, and possessions. Yet with time, these possessions can quietly transform from treasures into burdens, piling up in corners, drawers, and closets. For those approaching or past 70, the weight of clutter is not just physical. It's emotional, mental, and even spiritual. A 2019 study from the University of California, Los Angeles, revealed that clutter increases cortisol levels, contributing to stress and anxiety, particularly in older adults. The National Institute on Aging also notes that cluttered homes can pose safety risks, making navigation harder and increasing the likelihood of falls. But decluttering is not about loss. It's about liberation. It's about crafting a home that feels like a sanctuary, a place that supports your body, mind, and heart in this precious chapter of life. In this heartfelt guide, we'll explore 6 household items you should declutter before turning 70. Each section delves deeply into why these items hold you back, how they affect your well-being, and how letting them go can open the door to a lighter, more joyful life. Through stories, science, and practical steps, we'll walk this journey together, touching the emotions of those who've lived long enough to know that life's truest riches aren't found in things, but in peace, clarity, and freedom. Let's begin. Number 1. Worn out or unused furniture, reclaiming space for comfort and ease. Imagine walking into your living room and feeling a sense of calm, where every piece of furniture invites you to sit, relax, or move freely. Now, picture the reality for many. A room crowded with an extra armchair no one uses, a coffee table that's more obstacle than asset, or a cabinet that's become a catch-all for forgotten items. Furniture, once chosen with care, can become a silent thief of space and serenity. A 2020 study in environment and behavior found that cluttered spaces reduce feelings of control and increase mental fatigue, particularly for older adults who may already face mobility challenges. The National Institute on Aging warns that excess furniture heightens fall risks, which are a leading cause of injury for those over 65. For Margaret, 73, her home was a museum of her life's chapters. She had inherited her mother's heavy oak dining table, bought a recliner for her late husband, and kept extra chairs just in case guests came. But guests rarely came, and the table hadn't hosted a dinner in a decade. The recliner, worn and sagging, sat unused in a corner, a painful reminder of loss. Margaret felt trapped in her own home, unable to clean easily or move without bumping into things. One day, her daughter, seeing her frustration, suggested a change. "Mom, what if we kept only what makes you happy?" That question sparked a shift. Margaret started small, donating the chairs no one sat in. She replaced the recliner with a cozy, modern chair that supported her back. The dining table went to a young family who'd cherish it. With each piece gone, her home felt less like a storage unit and more like a haven. She could breathe again, walk freely, and enjoy her space. Why do we hold on to furniture? Sometimes it's habit, sometimes sentiment, sometimes fear of an empty space. But an empty space isn't barren, it's potential. It's room for a yoga mat, a reading nook, or simply the freedom to move without fear. Ask yourself, does this piece serve me today? Is it comfortable, functional, or joyful? If it's been in use for years, if it frustrates you, or if it's a tripping hazard, it's time to let it go. Donate it to someone who'll love it, sell it, or recycle it. The act of letting go isn't just practical, it's emotional alchemy, transforming your home into a place that nurtures you. A 2018 study in the Gerontologist found that older adults in decluttered homes reported higher life satisfaction and lower stress. Your home should be your ally, not your adversary. Start with one piece and feel the lightness grow. Number 2, clothes you never wear, a wardrobe that reflects today's you. Your closet is a time capsule holding fragments of who you were, the suit from your corporate days, the dress you wore to your daughter's wedding, the jeans you hope to fit into again. Each item carries a story, but when these stories pile up, they can drown out the present. A 2021 study in Journal of Consumer Culture found that overfilled wardrobes contribute to decision fatigue, making daily choices, like getting dressed, more stressful. For older adults, a cluttered closet can also complicate mobility, with overstuffed racks or drawers making it hard to access what you need. James, 71, stood before his closet every morning, overwhelmed. He owned 50 shirts, but wore only 5. The rest were relics: jackets from his 30s, sweaters his late wife had knitted, and clothes too tight or too worn to wear. Each unworn item whispered of a past he couldn't reclaim, leaving him feeling stuck. One quiet afternoon, inspired by a friend's minimalist wardrobe, James decided to act. He pulled everything out, creating 3 piles: clothes he loved and wore, clothes that didn't fit or felt wrong, and items he kept out of guilt or hope. The second pile was the largest: decades of someday clothes. The third was the hardest, especially his wife's sweaters. But as he donated the unworn clothes and kept one sweater to cherish, something shifted. His closet became a reflection of who he was now, a man who valued comfort, simplicity, and the present. Mornings became easier, and he felt unburdened, as if shedding not just fabric, but years of expectation. Clothes hold memories, but they also hold you back when they no longer fit your body or life. A 2019 study in Psychology of Aging found that letting go of outdated possessions helps older adults embrace their current identity, boosting self-esteem. Your wardrobe should celebrate today's you, not anchor you to yesterday. Start small. Try the 1-year rule. If you haven't worn it in a year, it's likely time to let go. Donate items to charities, pass them to family, or recycle worn-out pieces. Imagine opening your closet and seeing only clothes that fit, feel good, and make you smile. That's not loss, it's freedom. Number 3, expired medications and old toiletries, a step towards safety and simplicity. Tucked away in your bathroom cabinet lies a hidden clutter trap: expired medications, half-used prescriptions, and forgotten toiletries. That bottle of painkillers from a surgery years ago, the sunscreen you bought for a vacation, the perfume you stopped wearing, these items accumulate without notice. The FDA warns that expired medications can lose potency or, in rare cases, become unsafe. Old toiletries, like lotions or cosmetics, can harbor bacteria, risking skin irritation or infections, per a 2020 study in dermatology research. Keeping these just in case creates clutter and health hazards. Emma, 74, prided herself on her organized home, but her medicine cabinet told a different story. One day, searching for a bandage, she found bottles of expired antibiotics, creams from a decade-old prescription, and lotions she'd never liked. Each item was a reminder of past ailments or fleeting beauty trends, and their presence made her cabinet chaotic. Worried about safety, Emma spent a Saturday sorting. She followed local guidelines to dispose of medications, tossed old toiletries, and kept only what she used daily. The result was a cabinet that felt safe, simple, and functional. She no longer worried about grabbing the wrong bottle or using something harmful. The act of clearing out was like a deep exhale, restoring order and peace. Why do we keep these items? Often, it's fear of needing them later or simply forgetting they're there. But a cluttered cabinet complicates health management, especially as we age. A 2017 study in Journal of Geriatric Pharmacotherapy found that older adults with organized medication systems had better adherence and fewer errors. Check your bathroom today. Dispose of expired medications safely. Many pharmacies offer drop-off programs. Toss toiletries you haven't used in a year. Your skin deserves fresh, effective products. A streamlined cabinet isn't just tidy, it's a gift of safety and clarity to your future self. Number 4, old papers, documents, and junk mail, freeing your mind from mental clutter. Paper clutter is the quiet chaos of our homes, stacks of old bills on the counter, folders of expired warranties, manuals for appliances long gone. These papers pile up, creating a mental burden. A 2018 study in Current Psychology found that physical clutter, like paper stacks, increases cognitive overload, making it harder to focus or find what you need. For older adults, sorting through papers can be physically and emotionally draining, yet the stress of disorganization lingers. Barbara, 73, had a filing cabinet that felt like a time machine. It held tax returns from the 1980s, receipts for furniture she no longer owned, and letters she hadn't read in decades. When she couldn't find an insurance document, frustration turned to resolve. She spent a weekend sorting, shredding old bank statements, recycling manuals, and digitizing essentials. The process was daunting but cathartic. By the end, her cabinet held only what mattered: current financial records, medical documents, and a few cherished letters. Her desk was clear, her mind calmer. She no longer dreaded searching for papers. She knew exactly where everything was. Paper clutter isn't just physical, it's a mental weight, reminding you of tasks undone or decisions delayed. A 2020 study in the Gerontologist found that organized homes improve mental well-being in older adults, reducing anxiety. Start with one pile or drawer. Shred outdated financials. Most can be tossed after 7 years, per IRS guidelines. Recycle manuals. Most are online. Cancel unwanted subscriptions to stop junk mail. Digitize important records for easy access. Each paper you release is a step toward clarity, freeing your mind to focus on what truly matters. Number 5. Kitchen items you never use, a space for joyful cooking. The kitchen is the heart of the home, but it's also a clutter magnet. Cabinets overflow with mismatched containers, drawers brim with duplicate utensils, and appliances gather dust. A 2019 study in Environment and Behavior found that cluttered kitchens discourage cooking, increase stress, and reduce enjoyment of meal prep. For older adults, a chaotic kitchen can make daily tasks harder, especially with mobility or energy limitations. George, 76, loved cooking but hated his kitchen's chaos. He owned 3 spatulas, a bread maker used once, and stacks of plates he never touched. Searching for a pan meant navigating a maze of unused items, leaving him frustrated. One day, inspired by a cooking show's sleek kitchen, George decluttered. He kept one spatula, donated the bread maker, and gave extra plates to his granddaughter. Expired spices and mismatched containers went out. His kitchen transformed into a space that invited creativity. Cooking became a joy again, and cleanup was a breeze. Why do we keep kitchen clutter? Habit, guilt, or the hope of someday using that fondue set? But a cluttered kitchen steals time and energy. A 2021 study in Journal of Aging and Environment found that functional kitchens improve nutrition and well-being in older adults. Open your cabinets. Ask, when did I last use this? Donate duplicates or unused gadgets. Toss expired pantry items. Keep only what makes cooking easier and joyful. A streamlined kitchen isn't just practical, it's an invitation to savor life's simple pleasures. Number 6. Sentimental items that no longer serve you, honoring memories without the weight. Sentimental items, letters, gifts, souvenirs, are the hardest to declutter. They're tangible links to loved ones, past adventures, or milestones. Yet, when they pile up, they can overwhelm, turning cherished memories into burdens. A 2021 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that excessive sentimental possessions can anchor people to the past, hindering present joy. Memories live in your heart, not in objects, and selective decluttering honors those memories while freeing your home. Helen, 78, had boxes of keepsakes in a storage unit, letters from her late husband, souvenirs from travels, and her children's artwork. Downsizing forced her to confront them. At first, letting go felt like betrayal, but with her son's help, she chose a few treasures: her wedding album, a single letter, a favorite painting, and let the rest go. She donated usable items, photographed others, and felt a surprising relief. Her home became a curated gallery of joy, not a warehouse of obligation. She realized her memories were safe within her, not in boxes. Letting go of sentimental items is emotional work, but it's also liberating. A 2020 study in Journal of Positive Psychology found that curating meaningful possessions boosts happiness in older adults. Start small. Choose one box or shelf. Keep what sparks joy, like a single letter or photo. Photograph items you want to remember but don't need to keep. Donate gifts to others who will use them. Each release is a gift to your present self, creating a home that feels light and full of love. Final thoughts: a home that holds you up. Decluttering before 70 is a profound act of self-care. It's not about erasing the past, but about embracing the present with open arms. Science tells us that a clutter-free home reduces stress, improves safety, and enhances well-being. Stories like Margaret's, James's, Emma's, Barbara's, George's, and Helen's show us it's possible and transformative. Your home should be a sanctuary, not a storage unit. It should lift you up, not weigh you down. Look around today. What's one item you could let go? A chair, a shirt, a paper, a pan, a keepsake? Share your story in the comments. Your journey might inspire someone else. If this guide touched you, like, subscribe, and share. Together, let's create homes that feel like freedom, filled with peace, joy, and the space to live fully in this beautiful season of life.